Hello, friends, family, acquaintances, followers. Welcome back to the Mickelson Racing channel. I hope you're having a great day because I am freaking having a fantastic day. We are here working on the LS Swap 240 and we finally have, I think, all the right accessory parts to put on for the front drive of this engine. We're going to go ahead and put all this Corvette stuff on our 5.3 liter pickup truck engine in our Nissan 240 SX with our F-body accessory kit. So yeah, hodgepodge of stuff, but we've got Corvette power steering pump, reservoir, tube, and pulley. And that somehow is gonna bolt up perfectly to our F-body front accessories kit, which is on our 5.3 liter pickup truck engine, thanks to ICT billet. So all that stuff is going to go on there. Really nice. That's the goal. We're going to have to pull this radiator back out of here so we have room to work, but that should be no problem. And then we also have to figure out how to get a power steering pump pulley onto the power steering pump, because I don't know how to do that and I've never done it before. Tell me what you guys like about the video last week. We did a Will It Drive video, which was a follow-up video to our Will It Run on the 1972 Chevy K20 that my boss owns. It's been in the family since he was just a little kid, and it's been off the road for 15 years, and we finally got it back on the road. So you guys let me know, did you like that video? Did you not? Leave a comment. Tell me what you didn't like or you did. Also, don't forget to have a cold one while you're working.
As long as the car stays running, put a big gnarly bumper on the front, we're set. Let's go watch. We're going to go watch. Most fun. Yeah. And have the most fun. Let's go. All right.
Well, folks, we're going to attempt to put the power steering pump pulley on the power steering pump, which, keep in mind, I've never done before. So I hunted around the garage for quite a long time, and I finally found a bolt that would thread into the power steering pump. So as you can see, I can thread this sucker all the way in. The threads are the right size. So if we get this pulley out here and we just shove it on the shaft, make sure it's on fairly square. You don't want to get off to a crooked start. Then you put your bolt in here and get the thread started. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to thread that thing right on there. Well, I think I have a game plan. Let's just go ahead and try this out for size. We are now flush. Right here, we are flush now. So that should be in perfect alignment with the rest of our accessories, so good to go. We'll just take off this Made in China sticker, or maybe not. We're gonna go with a half on that. And now we get to throw our power steering pump onto our car. Guys, I am an idiot. It's terrible. It's not good. So you guys just watched me put this stupid power steering pump pulley on the power steering pump. That went really well. Flawlessly, actually. Happy with the way that happened. But this bracket needs to go on the pump, but also behind the pulley. And yeah, that doesn't work. It doesn't go on there because I didn't think ahead. Now we're kind of screwed because of my hasty decision there. We should have put the pulley on after, which I thought about doing, but I said, well, why would I do that? It's easier to put it on now. Well, now I know that that's stupid and I should have put it on after. So now we're stuck. We can't do anything until we can go to Mortzke's shop and borrow his power steering pump puller to take this off. And he's not at a shop right now. He's actually, doing other things. Don't know when he's going to be back. So I got to wait on him and just be stuck for now because of my mistake. And it's on me. Newbie mistake. Stuff happens, and I guess that's how you learn. So now I know. Put the pulley on afterwards, I guess. So we waited 2 weeks to get this freaking pump in. And then I still can't install it because I messed up in the first 5 minutes that I had it. So while we wait for that, I've got another present to introduce you guys to. And I don't know if this is going to do anything, but we've got a present. Check this out. So this is our ignition switch wiring, which I am super excited about because I think it's going to solve a big problem that took me a long time to actually take the time to even dive in and look at it in the first place. So here we go. Here is our ignition switch wiring, I guess. So this was $11 on eBay. So pretty rough purchase right there. But I think this is going to fix some problems that we are having. So if you guys remember from 2 videos ago, you'll remember me showing you all of this garbage, this hackery that's going on. I don't even know what the French is going on with all this stuff. But we have our replacement, so we're going to go ahead and throw that in and see if that's going to solve all of our freaking problems and make our day much more merry. So I've got to get this very small Phillips screw out of here, way down there, and then I can just pop the back out and then pop this one in, and bada bing, bada boom, should be good to go. Then we got to plug it back into there and then see what happens. So hopefully there's no hackery and we can just proceed with our day with power to the car, which we've never had. It would be awesome to utilize our power windows and, you know, blinkers and, you know, streetcar things. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Well, folks, I have some super exciting news. Mortsky helped us out, saved the day once again. We got our pulley pulled off of our power steering pump, so we're back to basically where we started. But you've got to put the pump on first before the freaking pulley. Now we know that. It was easier to put the pulley on first, except now we had to do it twice. So just do it right the first time. Don't put the pulley on, put the pump on, then do the pulley. All right, let's go ahead and install this freaking pump on our brackets finally. Our GM power steering reservoir bracket hits on the ICT billet bracket right on that aluminum, as you can see, and the hole doesn't line up. So what I think we're going to do here is, because this is like a $10 bracket and is easy to get rather than the ICT billet thing, we're just going to modify this bracket, and if this fails, it's an easy replacement, and the ICT billet thing is not an easy replacement. We're just going to go ahead and notch right there. You can just barely see where I've got the Sharpie. We're gonna go ahead and notch that out and then put it back to where it's got to go. Check it out, guys. Our notch worked perfectly. Now we just got to get our reservoir bracket on there and we should be good to go. There we have it. We have front accessories for the first time on this LS swapped 240 SX. So we have a pickup truck 5.3 liter engine with a C6 Corvette power steering pump and pulley with an F-body alternator on F-body ICT billet brackets, as I guess you could say, and then we have an ICT billet tensioner that matches this supposed belt spacing, and we have a 2004 GTO crankshaft pulley. So we've got all this freaking stuff going on. I do have to get a new crankshaft bolt and tighten that sucker down. So thank you guys for telling me about that. I did not know that that was a torque to yield or one-time use bolt, but it is. You got to torque it to, like, I think 135 foot-pounds plus 40 degrees, if I remember correctly from what Google said. Doesn't matter. We'll get a new one coming. I think they're like 10 bucks. So order one of them. And now this reservoir is in the way of my intake. So as you can see here, my original intake was like this, and yeah, that ain't gonna happen. That is directly in the way of whatever that was gonna be. So I gotta find a new place for that. We might be able to snake it down and under somehow, or just throw a filter on it, I guess. I don't know. We got some work to do on that. Power steering pump reservoir really ruined the party on that deal. I do have some super exciting news as far as electrical go, and I already did the troubleshooting for you, so it's not boring. This is super exciting. This is probably the most stoked I've ever been about this car since I got it, is getting this working. So check it out. We've got nothing going on, as it should be. I'm going to turn the key, and boom, we've got lights. We've got it all going on. And if we turn the key, nothing happens because the engine harness is gone. We've got an LS in here now. So my plan is to hook up, get rid of this stupid thing. I never really wanted it in here anyway, but it was the quickest way to get this thing running and driving so I can move it around the yard. We're going to get this thing to run and drive using the key, because I like that about, you know, having cars, as being somewhat original. So we're going to dump this, wire the starter and the fuel pump into the key. The fuel pump is actually still on factory wiring, so that shouldn't be that bad. But we're just going to run the starter, the start and the run into the key. That way we can dump that thing. So that'll be really cool. I'm really excited about that. Check this out. We've got power windows now, both sides. We've got headlights. I don't have the poppers plugged in because I got annoyed about having to put them back down every time. But we've got headlights light up. You can see they light up. And taillights. Taillights light up. Boom, we got blinkers and all sorts of stuff going on. We are like pretty much street car people now. So that's, I don't know, I am super excited about that. Probably the most excited I've been since we bought the car. Now we just got to put all our plastic trim back on, like the steering column and then the knee kick panel thing. Hide our ECU. Get all these wires fingered out. Some of them go to like tack and then check engine light, and I don't even know. I've got it written down somewhere what they all do, but we've got to figure all that stuff out. And then our interior wiring will be pretty much done. But it's really close to being done. And then as far as the engine goes, that's really close to being done too. It would be closer if I didn't break this exhaust manifold bolt. So I've got to figure out how to get that out of there. It's broke off in the block and there's really no way to get a drill in there. And so, yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. Hopefully sooner than later. But this car's getting actually close and I'm pretty stoked about that, believe it or not. We got to get this thing ready to be tuned because it runs so bad. It's got to have a tune in it just to freaking drive around the yard. It's just terrible. It's got, I don't know if it has a cam in it, but it might. It's got this new intake manifold and this huge throttle body. I want to say it's like a 102 millimeter throttle body. Maybe. Don't really remember. It's throttle cable. That's really cool. I do prefer throttle cable drive rather than drive by wire. And then what else do we have to do? We have to make a charge wire for the alternator to the battery. Got to figure that out. And then let's see, this adapter that I bought is absolutely terrible. All the wires pull out of it, so I got to figure that out. And then I've got this manifold absolute temperature and manifold absolute pressure. I don't know, this sensor goes on the intake somewhere, so got to do something with that. I've heard that the pickup truck ones, Mortsky gave me this, but this is a pickup truck one. See, it's 5-pin, and the F-body ones are 3-pin. And I've heard that the pickup truck ones are a 2-in-1. So maybe I could just run a pickup truck one, and then I could run these two wires into the 5-pin connector, and then everything would be fine. I don't know. But I'd like to do that. It's got those two sensors to figure out. And yeah, I don't know. We're really closing in on the list. Radiator hoses. We can probably start on that now. Really actually getting pretty freaking excited about this. We're getting close, and that's the motivation I needed to get this thing, you know, rolling. So we've got just some general stuff up here to do. Header bolt, got to do that. Starter wire, I've got to put a terminal on it. It's just kind of jerry rig down under there. Seat mount, I've got to mount the driver's seat. The passenger seat's done. Accessories, kabang, we can cross that off. We have accessories now. Radiator, got to throw that in there. Left front brake has got some problems. I figured out the key wiring, so that's crossed off. Starter cable mount, don't know why I have that on there, but we'll have to figure it out. Body, we need some body panels, got to do that. VSS sensor, vehicle speed sensor, got to figure that out. I think there's one on here already on this Nissan Trans. I forget what trans we're using. Oh, Z32. Z32 transmission is what we're using behind this LS engine. I think there's a speed sensor on the Z32 Trans. Not positive, but got to figure that out. Oil pressure. Hey, I've got that kind of halfway figured out. We'll just put that there. I've got the oil pressure gauge on there. It's just not really in a good place at all. Maybe I'll just zip tie it to something. Who knows? But we got some stuff crossed off the list. That's actually pretty exciting. This is not a permanent list, kind of a running list. It will evolve as we see fit. Let me know what you guys think. You guys excited about it too? Guess we'll see. There you have it, guys. We got the front accessories mounted on this engine, and we corrected a major wiring issue that was preventing us from going any further on this car. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to please like and subscribe right here in the corner of this video. And also, don't forget to support the cars and the channel via the merchandise link below in the description. Thanks, and we'll see you next week on the Mickelson Racing Channel.